Hello to my Libras. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading, Libras. Let's get right into it. The Lion's Gate portal is open, right? So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. It will be open from July 26th through August 12th, right? So obviously it is the 31st if you're watching this on the 31st. Or at least the video is going up on the 31st. I'm not sure which day you're going to be watching it, but on August 1st is the first quarter moon. It'll be first quarter moon in Scorpio. So moon in Scorpio, no matter what phase it's in, is really about purging. Purging any unhealthy emotions around money and any unhealthy emotions around relationships, right? Past relationships you may have regretted being in, right? So let's get into it. Let's get right into it so you can balance it out and bring out the prayer warrior in you. Also, Chiron has gone retrograde, so we now have 5 planets that are retrograde right now. Chiron, Neptune, Saturn, and Jupiter. No, not Jupiter, excuse me. Pluto, Mercury, Neptune, Saturn, and I think I just named all 5. I hope I did. But yeah, so at least 3 of them are retrograde in Aries. So yeah, your prayer life is increasing, so stay focused, all right? Today will be better than I expect. Nice. Okay, today will be better than I expect. So yeah, that's an intention that you should be setting every single day. You know, that this is going to be a peaceful day. Libra is a peaceful zodiac sign. So high vibrating Libra is charming, diplomatic, and fair-minded. So yeah, if you expect for your day to be fair, if you're sending out that energy into the universe, expect it to come back that way, right? Don't expect for your day to go bad. If you put that energy out to the universe, you're almost expecting for it to come back that way, right? So yeah. Somebody could have told you that somebody was difficult to deal with. Somebody could have told you about somebody having a shadow side, that they're argumentative. And so you could have been battling something within yourself, right? Somebody could have told you that someone, and remember, don't pay attention to like the color of the person on the card, right? You could have been, I mean, it doesn't matter what your skin color is. This is just illustration, right? Somebody could have told you that somebody was difficult to deal with. We're talking about spirits here, right? So wand energy is spirit energy, right? Somebody could have told you somebody a difficult spirit to deal with. So if you just listen to gossip when you hear things about people and you go into a situation expecting the worst, right? So when you say today will be better than I expect, and you go into a situation already tense, expecting the worst in a situation, but you get something different, you're like, oh, that's nothing like that I expected it to be. That's totally different than I expected. Then you have to go back to self and just go, okay, I need to stop listening to, then you can move on from something, right? Right. So you go from 5 to 6. 6 is almost a win, right? Oh, 6 is a win. It's not almost a win, right? So 4 is like you're stepping through a door. 4 is like, okay, I'm stepping into something. I don't know what I'm stepping into, right? But then you get to 5, and 5 is a midpoint, right? So I've already heard something before I stepped into something. So before you step into something, right? So 7, your Libra rules 7th house. So if you know that you're a peaceful person, you pray ahead of time before you step into something, even if you've heard. So you could be a peaceful person, but you could be attached to somebody who has a fighting spirit. You could be connected to somebody who has a fighter spirit, right? And they could always be in fight mode, right? Because you could be in business with somebody who is always on one. They always they ready to put their fist up. They always ready to, they always ready to fight. They ready to argue. They ready to go for it, right? And so you may not be that person, right? So they may have to put fire up under you you may be the peaceful type. So Source is saying, but if you always go by what you hear about people instead of going to Source first in prayer and saying, okay, well, I'm putting it out into the universe that today will be better than I expect, then you're going into a situation in a peaceful sense, or you're letting Source be your guide, even if whoever is on the other end, if their intentions are not pure towards you, Source will tell you in whatever best way you receive it, something. Source will give you some indicator, right? So, yeah. So this right here, Source is letting you know you've done your shadow work. Like, you've done the work, right? You've done the work, so you can move on from something. That's why you're starting out here with an intention. So this is good. You've done your shadow work. So anything you may have heard about somebody, you starting out right here. You're starting out here like, okay, you've done your shadow work. Like somebody else, you going back to somebody else being like, okay, and I'm not sure basically what you're talking about. See how this person right here has their arm up right here? It's almost like a person that has like a, like off to the races. Like when you go to like a race car game, like somebody has a gun in the air, like they like shoot a gun in the air, like okay, off to the races. Like somebody's almost expecting the worst. But you also see these drums in the background. So whenever there's like beating a drum, it's like breaking up the monotony, like breaking up the negativity. So this is like, would be like your ancestors in the background saying, no, depth of emotions here. So there's a line here that's drawn where your ancestors are saying you're stepping into a very peaceful space. You've left this here. You've left a space where you were, like you left this space where there was like you come from outside and you left into a very peaceful space. So you'll know when you're in spaces where there's peace. You'll know, like your spirit, something will feel very familiar to your spirit. You'll know. So you're creating something new. Something new is being created here where you're learning how to protect your energy. Learning how to protect your energy. So something new is created. Maybe somebody told you to learn how to pray ahead of time. That way, you're learning how to protect your energy. This is the polarity to your zodiac sign, Aries. Aries rules first house. So we're not talking about in Aries. We're talking about finding out what your zodiac sign is in your birth chart. Pull your birth chart. You can go to my website at queenamunra.com. Pull your birth chart. Find out what your zodiac sign is in your birth chart, right? You can even schedule a birth chart reading with me if you want, so we can really go through with a fine-tooth comb and I can personalize something for you. But looking at your that's going to be your go-to, is to always go within for answers, for clarity. And something like really just short. You know what? I'm protected. I'm covered. Whatever you say to cover and protect yourself before you step into any kind of an exchange with anybody, anything or anyone. Some people put on the full armor of God. Some people just pray. Something where you're covering yourself in spirit. Like this pearl here. Pearls of wisdom. Right? So something new. Here we have the Ace of Cups and Ace of Wands here. This right here lets me know whoever you were connected with that caused you to have this kind of internal battle within yourself, right? Was feeding somebody like smoke and mirrors. So was like trying to get your water boiling. Like trying to make somebody nervous in their spirit, almost making you impulsive, right? Because their spirit is impulsive. So it's like somebody was projecting their impulse onto you. So you know, like when you meet people, before you meet people, somebody is telling you a lie about somebody, they don't even really know. They're going by some kind of gossip that they heard. 4 people in, here you are the 5th person hearing something. So you got all these people talking. See these people standing around gossiping, talking about something, and nobody knows anything. You got one person that's saying something, depositing all of this into 4 people. Here you are the 5th person that something was created. Then something is calm. And then you're going, oh, something just sparked something in me. That wasn't my experience. That's why I don't listen to gossip for people. High Priestess energy. Some kind of proposal is coming through, but the proposal first comes through from source, right? The proposal first comes through from source. So the proposal from source is your divine masculine to your divine feminine energy. That's the proposal from source. So the proposal from source comes in as you really tapping in, really, and this is you talking to source. 3, Ace of Cups and 2 of Cups looks like 3. It's you really starting to talk more to source through prayer. Because it's going to remind you of something that you used to do when somebody told you this when you were little. Like from the ages of 8 years old to 14. Somebody is now creating time to really start to talk back to source and waiting. It's going to take somebody back to a time when they were more balanced out. That's the proposal, right? So instead of somebody like proposing something like, oh, can, this is nice to be able to talk to somebody, because Libra is a relationship sign. So instead of being in relationship with another human being, that may be an impulsive thing to do, somebody is now saying, I want to be in a closer relationship with source. That's what you're creating time for. That's what you're protecting. I want to be in a closer relationship with source. That's the whole idea. Your impulse as an adult is first, you want to be in a close relationship with another human being. That's the attraction, a human attraction. That's what your physical body feels like. Okay, I'm attracted to another human being. But your spirit is saying no. Your spirit really craves source. These 2 energies are you. This is one person. This 3rd energy is spirit. That's spirit. This person looks like they're by themselves. This earth right here, this is your physical body, but this water is spirit. This is how deep somebody's spirit is. So this is what you're tapping into when you feel like you're by yourself, right? This is what you feel like. This is what you're tapping into. So until this right here, this is where you're whole and complete. Right here. So you don't feel like you're by yourself. Right here. This is 2 of Wands here. This is where you feel complete. That's where you don't feel like. That's why this here. That's why some people are fighting an internal battle. That's why they're always mad at something. That's why they're always on go. This right here, they can't go anywhere by themselves. They can't go anywhere by themselves. That's why they complain. Oh, that's why they can't keep a man. That's why they can't keep a woman. That's why they can't. That's why they always complain about something. That's why they always by themselves. They don't have any friends. That's what they think. That's what they think. So this is you right here, complete. Somebody who is satisfied until you know exactly what your spirit needs. And then you say, okay, you'll wait on source. Until source, until you can say exactly what your spirit needs. then you'll say, okay, you're attracted to someone else who is whole and complete. Yeah, here's 7 of Wands here, and this is right here. 2 plus 5 is 7, and this right here, and it's somebody who's somebody else's who is whole and complete. See how this person right here, they're whole and complete. So you and someone will come together, whole and complete, two whole and complete person. This right here, whole and complete persons. That's what I'm seeing here. So when I say today will be better than you expect, better than you expect. So somebody had an idea about, see, when you're looking at outer shells, people have an idea about a group of people, one group of people, or a certain group of people being argumentative over another group of people being argumentative. This is not like black, white, whatever group of people over another group of people. It could just be whoever. Somebody is learning, right? Here's a King of Swords here. But somebody's also learning, when you pull your birth chart, you're going to also find out what your moon sign is, so you'll know exactly how to pour into yourselves. Your moon sign is just as important as your sun sign. But someone is just very clear, is becoming clearer and clearer and clearer. Clearer and clearer and clearer. Just yeah, where your spirit is, right? So here we have the Five of Pentacles here. Someone, there's a difference between practicing dark magic and teaching, enlightening people, right? I always see when I see this card right here. There's a difference between, I tell people, you know, not to practice dark magic because some people don't know how to come back from it. There's a difference because some people, when they, you know, they practice it and that's their go-to. They get angry and they go straight to practicing darkness. No. You want to enlighten people. Oh, this person is, you know, and not impulsively, right? The first go-to should always to be high vibrational and positive, high vibrational, enlighten people, and not to practice anything dark, not to put hexes, all that, you know, dark stuff onto people. Here's a Five of Pentacles here. Somebody was coming to someone's door somebody could have been coming to your door to, you know, posing as someone in the light. Somebody could have come to your door posing as someone in the light with a group behind them to leave something dark in your door. You got to be real careful with who you allow in your house, who you allow in your space. You'll start to notice when you allow certain entities into your home that things will start to, you'll start to see a change, you know, in your home. Yeah, you'll notice a change in your home if people are practicing darkness in your home. Yeah. You'll either see, and that's why I always talk about, like, you'll feel there whether things are growing or things are dying. you know, in your space, right? By words that are being said, by things that are being done, spell work, um, even colors, you know, just darkness. Just everything is just dark and just negative, low vibrational, all of that, right? So somebody's deciding what's going to be a part of your legacy, right? What is going to be a part of your legacy? So here we have the Dame of Swords here. And then Star card here, yeah. Yeah, again, there's a difference between people who are practicing light, like explaining to people. You gotta be careful with that. You gotta be really careful with that. So your gifts have actually increased. So you have the gift of clairsentience. You pick up on others' vibrations, their emotions, their moods, and their feelings. You'll hear a lot of really dark things about people in general, because you'll hear things because people are competing with. That's where you see so much fire here. When you hear people who are competing with other people, they'll say negative things about people. Oh, this person is, they're practicing darkness, when really nobody has any competition. But that's an indicator there. That's the first thing they're saying, is negative stuff about people. But it's you versus you. Yeah, you don't have to say anything negative about a person. But it's time to heal your wounded healer. So when you start hearing people say negative things about people, oh, that person over there, they're a dark witch, they're this and that, or they're a warlock. So it's just saying to you, you'll know your enemy's playing backfired. So your peace is paramount. To pour into yourselves more, right? Sacral chakra cleanse. Somebody needs to get out in their water even more. But you have the gift of clairvoyance. You see things clearly. So it's time to expand your brand. Whatever your brand is, it's time to expand it. Time to expand your brand. Yeah, you don't have to say anything negative about another person. Yeah, so document your dreams day and night. Document your dreams day and night. That's like whatever your business is. That's like people trying to find out whatever your business is, and they're sending spies to find out, okay, what are their prices? Oh, put negative reviews about their business. Find out what they're doing. Put negative reviews. It's the same thing with like this person right here. Looks like they're whatever they're doing. High priestess energy. High priest, high priestess energy, whether it's empress energy, whatever. So your laughter is medicine. Your laughter is medicine. That's also healing as well too. Yeah, so obviously some people possibly see you as competition, or see other people as competition. Those are energies. If you have to say negative things about people, something in them, they're fighting something within their own spirit. So the quickest way as an air sign for you to remove yourself from that conversation is to just say, hey, we can't keep it high vibrational. Yeah, I'd rather just not. That's how you're protecting yourself. Yeah. So you can stay focused. This is Knight of Swords energy. That's how you're protecting yourself. Let's see what your number is. Let's close it out. Yep, so 12, I am focused, right? So stay focused on your best possible future and remain optimistic throughout the entire journey. Your angels are right behind you as you turn your dreams into reality. Yeah. Especially if, I mean, you can't just say especially if you have a business, but if you have one, that kind of helps you because it'll let you know that the same thing happens in every industry. It doesn't really matter what industry you're in. People use spies to spy. Those are familiar spirits. They only get just a snippet of information, and they go right into competing, comparing, putting negative reviews, those kind of things, to try to find out, to try to put people out of business. Yeah, try to put people out of business. So, all right, that is what I have for you. That is what I have for you. I think that's it. I think that is it.